Hey music fans, I've got another box from that same company. I've already done a couple of videos of stuff from their place, and I thought I would share the unboxing, the opening of these CDs that I recently got in the mail from these guys. Yeah, if you've seen these videos, a couple other videos I've done, you know that what's in here to a degree, and let's take it all out and share. So the first one, of course, if you've seen those other videos, you also know that they're always shrink wrapped, and I have to unwrap them each. Okay, I bought one of their Kinks sets finally, A Flower to Be Looked At, Volume 7 is the one I chose, based on the set list online. Why is that such a glare? Based on the set list online. And there's the back. Same as always, live, rare, lots of live and rare performances and outtakes. And here is the entire set list, of each disc. And I made a careful choice because they have a lot of these. This is volume 7 of this particular series. And they have, I don't know, 10 or 11 of these, and then they have another series of same things, and these are all 4 to 6 CDs each, so it's insane. There's a little overlap between different series, but not necessarily sets in a series, which is good. All right, the next one is a Bob Dylan one, and same thing you can imagine. They've got a ton of different Bob Dylan sets. This one is called Stepped Into a Strange Hotel. And for me, it looked like the best one. It is a collection of all the performances from each leg of the 2001 Japanese tour. Yeah, that's what it tells you on the back there. I gotta say, these folks do an excellent job of telling you everything that's on the each set, literally like everything they list on their site, even if it's sometimes it's wrong, like with that Faces box set that I showed you guys way back in one of the videos. Some of the listing was wrong, but that's just the nature of bootleg sets. Sometimes you're going to get wrong listings. Just happens. Alrighty, another one. Another Bob Dylan set that I thought I'd like to hear. An Endless Highway and a Crooked Trail, the best of the unreleased, never-ending 1988 tour. And I believe I got this because that was the band with Ian McLagan and Mick Taylor and Jim Keltner maybe was in that band, I'm not sure. Although that was also 84, so I could be wrong. Maybe, I don't know if they lasted all the way from 84 to 88. I know Ian McLagan, I just read his autobiography, All the Rage, and so I've kind of gotten into him. Got a bunch of his CDs recently too, solo CDs. I should hold that longer, sorry. And so I'm kind of digging on Ian McLagan lately, so I bought a Dylan set with I think Ian McLagan in the band. All right, the next one, you guys, if you've watched the other videos, you know that I bought 3 Chuck Berry sets. Well, it turns out this particular place has 2, like with the Kinks, they have 2 very long series of Chuck Berry sets, and this one is such a light to shine, such a sight to see. This is volume 4, so I got volumes 1 and 2 and 3 before, and this one I believe has a lot of outtakes from the movie Hail Hail Rock and Roll, the one that Keith Richards was the musical director for, and had all the big names on it with him. And yeah, so the Chuck Berry sets, so they have, I think, a total, if I get them all, it'd be a total of 11 sets between their 2 series, which is just nuts, especially when they're all 4 to 6 CDs long, mostly 5 CDs, I guess, 4 or 5 CDs, but it's just crazy. I also asked these folks if they would exchange one that I got before, the second volume of the Creedence set. I didn't really think was all that great quality-wise, and they said sure, and then when I said where do I send it back to, they said keep it. So But they still sent me an extra set in exchange for it, and I chose a Tom Petty Volume 4. How long can I hold on? This is another one where they had, I think, at least 2 series, and in each series there was, I don't know, 8, 9 sets or something. And they had some other things with Tom Petty. They had one with Tom Petty and Stevie Nicks, but it was a single CD with not very much on it, so I didn't opt for it. And I've got so much in the way of Tom Petty. I really tried to find something that didn't have much, and that was a big mix and mashup of compilation of Tom Petty stuff. So this is the one I chose. Like I say, I've already got so much Tom Petty, and I thought I didn't really want to really dig into those sets. And then this last one, which I'm really excited about, is a single CD, and I always ask them to throw in something for free and pick something, and they always say yeah. So yay. And this is Dan Baird, who was the, if you don't know him, he was in the Georgia Satellites, Keep Your Hands to Yourself, and they toured with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers years ago, and then he's also now with a band called Homemade Sin, and he was with the Yahoos and the Sofa Kings, and the Blue Somethings, I forget the, I have their CDs, but I forget. He plays with Warner Hodges, and he's quite the, oh, this doesn't have any insert, so that's it. That's all you get. But I just love Dan Baird. I think he's incredible rock and roller and just a great songwriter. And so I love his first solo album, Love Songs for the Hearing-Impaired, which is what this picture's from the cover that it looks like to me. And I've been collecting his stuff ever since, and a lot of it, though, now that they're based overseas, most of it is you know, you gotta pay a little extra, or if you can find it on Amazon even or something. Anyway, I have sometimes let you guys hear some of these, so maybe I'll play a couple. I'll pause.